Hello guys, Jerry speaking. Welcome to the return of LJPCBM episode 1753. Now, before we get reacting to Superman Returns episode Very OddGamer, I want to say what's been going on with me the past. How much time do I have done LJPCBM? Let me see. I'm gonna search. Episode 1752. We've done this since August of since this past weeks since I've done my reaction video to SML movie Jeffy's 21st birthday. Now, I have the last episode I've done this episode of LJPCBM was that, and then it had so many N-words in my episode of LJPCBM. And I had to ban SML movie reaction videos after so many racial slurs because I have no choice but to not do that anymore because of it. Because I have no choice but after the 21st birthday episode for movie for Jeffy, but yeah. But I'll still have to watch, but I'm not going to react to it anymore. But, it's just, I don't know what to say next. But, that's just me. But anyway, it's just controversial for what's going on. But anyway, it's been like this since August 21st of this year. It's been a month since I've been doing this. But anyway, enough talk. Of what's been going on last episode. Let's get to trivia before I'm going to react to Very OddGamer episode Superman Returns. Now, this was released when I got to see my dad at his house. I was getting a thrift store, I was in antique store, everything, and things like that were, and got to see Libby and Lucy and everything. But what I can say originally was to react to this on the same day as release date, but due to the fact that they're doing a Spring Counts Days episode on tattoos when I wasn't one of them, and they're not doing it they're just doing it without me, I decided to do something else instead of this, to do a reaction video. And that is, of course, something very useful. Making a board jokes episode on Jaws instead. I wasn't being able to get, actually a board jokes episode on Barney Goes to School instead. That was unfinished wise until the past few days. A couple of days worth. That was finished at least. And then there's 3 episodes of Pepper Rain jokes. And originally going to do 2 more until I realized that I have to react to this video seen here, Superman Returns Very OddGamer. So, because unfortunately to say it's been a long journey for me to see my stepdad in the hospital. So I realized that I'm going to react to the Very OddGamer's next episode, Superman Returns. So, thanks for the long wait for me to do LJPCBM. So, let's just begin in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. Oh. Really? Really? This video is dedicated to the life and memory of Terrence Stamp? I talk about Terrence Stamp in my Crazy Punch web show episode, but never heard of. Okay. Wow. I have to talk about. Wait, Terrence Stamp. Let me see who he is. Oh, never mind. Oh yeah, I talk about him in one of my dev topics in the upcoming episodes of my Crazy Bunch web show episodes one stage. I did talk about him one stage, and yeah, yeah, back in last month, you know, I talked about him, and he was one of the villains in Superman's 1 and 2. Yeah, if you go back to Crazy Bunch Web Show episode 1 on YouTube, you know, yeah, he will be doing this, you know, because go check out the Crazy Bunch Web Show episode. I'm not sure what episode I did on YouTube, but you know, we gonna miss Cherry Step, especially the late Ozzy Osbourne, who died, this is right after he did the Very OddGamer episode of, I don't remember the episode, Sonic, Generations. If the last episode, if it's correct, let me see. I was right, it was Sonic Generations, yeah. But, yeah, the reason why I said Ozzy Osbourne, one, because I was attending a Back to the Beginning concert. It was a charity event that I attended. It was a live stream thing all day and night, July the 5th for Ozzy. You know, and Black Sabbath, you know. It was a tribute I did for Ozzy, to say goodbye to Ozzy. This is like 17 days before he died, you know. Yeah. It's just way too off. You know, let's get this, not be on top, but let's continue on. So on. But anyway, move on. Next. Wow. Wow. Yeah, okay. Kinda make more sense anyway. Next. Not Team 9 Star, okay.
Thank you.
Wow. Before we get into this episode, this is what is this? I don't know. Lucas, let me know in the comments. Continue on. Okay.
Hello, Internet viewers. I'm the Fairly OddGamer. With today's Superman movie now in theaters, I want to talk about another game based on the iconic superhero.
Hey, aren't we supposed to be talking about
What? Really? Dude, we're not talking about Shadow Generations now. Seriously, we got Superman Returns coming out, and Shadow Generations? Really, dude? Continue on.
Generations?
Oh, I didn't know you were still here. Look, I think it's best for me to review a Superman game right now. You know, the new movie and all.
Oh my god, not this again, Lucas. Are you really going to try and rush out review just to be on time for a new movie?
I really hate to do this, but I wish Seth was locked in his car.
Wow.
We are doing Shadow Generations, and that's fine.
Oh God, no! We're doing Shadow Generation, and that's, oh jeez. Why are we doing this? That's not a review we're looking for. I mean, he was supposed to do a next review, but come on, that wasn't related to Superman. Continue on.
Bradley!
Sorry, Seth, but it had to be done. Anyway, let's talk about Superman Returns.
Released in June 2006, almost 20 years since the last time moviegoers saw The Man of Steel in theaters, Superman Returns came out around the time when superhero movies were starting to make a comeback. When movies like Spider-Man and X-Men became huge box office hits. Strangely enough, this movie was directed by Bryan Singer, who at this point already directed the first two X-Men movies. I actually remember seeing this movie in the theater at age 10 one time, but the movie—
Oh, wow. You know, folks, I can remember one stage that, I saw, I don't remember what Superman movie I've seen, but just bits of Superman 1 on HBO, non-theaters, but it was the late Christopher Reeve who played, Superman at the time, and at one stage, yes, I can't remember the name. Yeah, I think he did talk about this whole, what you call it, he did the ABCs with Ernie at one stage with Sesame Street before he did passed away in 2002 from someone I don't recognize. Christopher Reeve, let me see. Yeah. And he was an activist and actor, director, and author. So, I was so wrong for 2 years. So he died in 2004 from someone I did not know. Health problems and death. He died in 2004 from something called, let's see, I can't remember. From a clear what is called causing subcus, okay? A combination he had appears many times before, okay? It was an algorithm area. So, he had done it many times, he had some allergies, so yeah. He had done this whole thing called out-of-body experience. He has been in a wheelchair many times, so in the Sesame Street episode, I don't remember the name. He has a spinal cord in his body. So yeah, I saw it when I was little, so yeah. Let's continue on.
The movie itself didn't leave that much of an impact on me, except for this moment.
Keep bold.
With almost $400 million at the box office and a 72% on Rotten Tomatoes, it was only fitting for this movie to get its own tie-in game. And for the longest time, I had no idea that this movie would end up getting a video game tie-in until I saw it at a game store a few years ago. And this is where I step in.
Seeing that the last time I covered Superman was when I covered one of the worst games of all time, hopefully this game will be better. So, does Superman the tie-in game still hold up after almost 20 years? Let's find out, shall we? For this review, I'll be looking at the Xbox 360 version.
Okay.
Though I'll also give a brief look at the PS2 version as well.
Wow. Wait. What is it? To look at as much love. Who wrote this in cursive?
Either way, both versions are pretty much the same game.
Unfortunately, I ran into a small problem with my Xbox 360 not being able to read the disc. Might just be a small laser issue.
What's
Xbox
going on?
360 not being able to... Unfortunately, I ran into a small problem with my Xbox 360 not being able to read the disc. Might just be a small laser issue.
Yeah. Now let's continue on.
However, after blowing into the console's disc port to remove the dust off the laser, I finally managed to get the game working. After knowing that Superman is a DC property, we said the game was made by Warner Bros. Interactive Entertainment as well as EA Games. Even though I did briefly talk about a few EA games before by means of the Nintendo Preview DVD, I've never...
Oh, wait. Hold on.
talk about a few EA games before by means of the Nintendo Preview...
Oh, football. If you watch this, Billy, football for you. Continue on.
DVD, I've never actually covered an EA game on this very channel. And fun fact, did you know this game came out 8 days before the movie's DVD release? Interesting to say.
I have never known that.
At least. After a short intro cutscene that almost matches the style of the movie, the game begins. With a patriotic meteor shower hurtling toward Earth, Metropolis to be exact. Of course, Clark Kent sends the city to be in danger as he immediately transforms into Superman. Think of this first level as your tutorial level, but each of the controls are locked until you listen to everything your father George...
Oh yeah, I don't know if you have the ability to dip out, grab it. I have to turn it up so I can hear this. Let's continue on.
Well, tells you telepathically about each new ability.
I will help you to learn to use your abilities.
That doesn't make sense, but anyway, you can launch into the air with the Y button, power launch by holding Y, as you fly to a destination marker that appears whenever Superman senses danger. Not only are you given a camera lock by holding the left trigger, but you can also destroy an ice meteor with heat vision by pressing up on the control pad, and then press the right trigger to perform that ability. But suddenly a couple of flame meteorites hurtle toward the city. By tapping left on the control pad and once again holding the right trigger, you can extinguish flames with your super breath.
Only you, Superman,
Smokey Bear, wow! Anyway.
prevent building fires.
There's also a map you can look at. That's good to know. But By tapping right on the control pad, holding the right trigger lets you destroy the fire meteor with ice breath. But, oh no!
Yeah, oh no!
Meteors! It's here where Superman can now fly or even run at super speed by holding the right bumper. And this is important because this is what you'll be doing for the majority of the game. So now it's up to Superman to destroy both the fire and ice meteors with the opposing elemental attack. And one more thing. You see the two meters on the left corner of your screen?
Yeah,
The small red meter is your energy meter. While it does deplete whenever you take a hit or use an elemental attack, it does quickly replenish whenever you rest. And the giant blue meter above is the city's health meter.
Oh god. Yeah, the negative 50, I know.
City Metropolis is the health meter for this game. So throughout the game, Superman has to constantly save the city without having the city of Metropolis crumble into mass destruction. After destroying the meteors and extinguishing another building fire, a giant meteor comes hurtling toward the sky, which Superman destroys by ramming into said giant meteor. Once you complete an objective, you'll earn experience points. And by earning enough experience points, Superman will then gain a new power-up as well as extra goodies like a trophy or another outfit for Superman. And it's also here where you can save your game. Oh yeah, there's one more thing I forgot to mention. Similar to Spider-Man 2, there's no autosave feature, so therefore, you have to pause the game and save the game manually. After a newspaper montage, including one that says astronomers discovered Krypton intact, and another saying Superman disappears, oh, so that's why this sentence makes sense.
Okay, but when astronomers discovered the distant remains of his home world, Superman did. Oh wow. Continue on.
We find out that Superman has been missing for 5 years, but the citizens still wait in anticipation for the long-awaited return of the Man of Steel.
But on the anniversary of his disappearance, one question remains.
You gotta do something.
Where is Superman?
I
Where are
believe,
you?
of course, that my homeworld Krypton still exists,
It's like Superman, where are you?
and I traveled half a universe only to discover I was wrong. It was nothing but a graveyard.
Yeah, you gotta do something here.
I'm all that's left.
As
Oh,
Superman
jeez.
heads back to Earth, he then gets...
On.
I'm all that's left.
Oh jeez.
As Superman heads back to Earth, he then gets intercepted by the leader of Warworld, Mongol. Though this place was never in the movie, Mongol takes Superman there as he's forced to fight in gladiatorial combat, with no possible way to escape. And first up, Superman fights against platoon warriors. It's here where you first learn about basic combat by pressing X to do a melee attack. You can even do a string of melee attacks and combos however you please. Oh, and unlike the previous level, this level's health bar now focuses on which gladiator the crowd favors more. Eventually, you defeat the platoon army. But it's not over yet. In the words of WWE superstar Goldberg, who's next?
Right here on 2 Disney. Next. Continue on.
In the words of WWE superstar Goldberg, who's next?
Undefeated in 8 galaxies, I give you Overcast.
Wow.
Besides the purple electrical sonic boom attack, you can attack Overcast the same way as the others. Sounds easy, right?
Wow.
There's a point in which Overcast transforms into a giant psychedelic hologram in which your physical attacks are no good against. So, how do you feel?
It's giant, how do you describe it? Giant, how do you pronounce it? Okay. Okay, I'll shut up now. Continue on.
Now you may ask? Simple, really. Just pick up a large object with the A button, lock onto Overcast, and throw that object at it, therefore inflicting damage. Okay, we'll try doing that while also avoiding that same electric boom attack. And let's not forget those purple electrical homing spheres. Did it really have to be this frustrating early on? Okay, just a bit of FYI, I actually play a bit of the PS2 version before finally getting my Xbox 360 working again. When I had to find the giant version of Overcast, I couldn't get past that annoying electric boom attack even while I was trying to throw something heavy at it.
I see what
And
you're
that's
doing.
when I gave up on the PS2 version.
Yeah, that was unhealthy for the whole game from PS2.
When I got this point in the Xbox 360 after I got it working, I really didn't have a problem with this boss fight. And
It's like a giant pixels or something. I don't know. Cause it's
apparently, I even threw the object at giant Overcast while not getting hit by that electric boom attack. And this is why the AC version, in my opinion, is definitely the preferred version if you want to play this game.
It's huge. Okay, move on. Next.
After enough damage, Overcast's undefeated streak is finally over. However,
It's not over yet.
Superman now has to face his last challenger, Mongol.
Wow.
It's also this point where you learn how to block your opponent's attacks by holding the B button. By also flicking the left control stick and ending it off with a melee attack, you can perform a surprise exchange combo. If at any point you get knocked out, then make sure you tap the Y button to get back up. Not to mention that Mongol can summon homing spheres, which Superman can destroy by either heat or ice. And at long last, Superman defeats Mongol.
Yeah, good job.
Go on, Superman.
Wow.
You know you want to.
Yeah.
This fight is over.
Yeah, thank you.
Superman then flies out of Warworld as he heads back to Earth via his airship. Meanwhile, in the Arctic Circle,
Yeah, meanwhile. Anyway, go ahead.
Warworld as he heads back to Earth via his airship. Meanwhile, in the Arctic Circle, the Fortress of Solitude, we see Lex Luthor now joined by Kitty Kowalski, stealing a crystal that reveals a message from Superman's Kryptonian father.
It's like, I am Oz. You know, from we go in the faces like that.
Kitty Kowalski, stealing a crystal that reveals a message from Superman's
Yeah, that face. That's what I was referring to. Let's continue on.
Kryptonian father. Back in Metropolis.
During the 5 years of my absence, much has changed. My mother is selling the farm and leaving Smallville. There's nothing left for me there. But even if Lois's article is right, and the world doesn't need Superman anymore, at least there's still a place for Clark Kent.
Yeah, like, there's no place like home. Yeah, Wizard of Oz reference. I made that second reference with Wizard of Oz. Continue on.
The Daily Planet.
By the way, it's best to point out that most of the actors from the movie reprised their roles in the game. In addition to Brandon Routh as Clark Kent, as well as Superman, we have Kate Bosworth as Lois Lane, Parker Posey as Kitty Kowalski, and Lex Luthor played by, Kevin Spacey.
Why? I mean, he was the voice of Hopper in the movie called Bug's Life. I mean, he's good. Why in the Bug's Life? Why'd you hate Kevin Spacey? Yeez. I mean, he's a great actor, but you hate him? Continue on.
Look, despite all the controversy he's had...
Wait. What happened? Okay. Because I never see him in NostalgiaCon, but Kevin Spacey clear of... I'm not gonna say the S word in the Atari of reaction video sakes insulting 4 men? Really? I did not know that, because this is hashtag there was some, I don't know. I mean, Charlie Rose, he was suspended his show, PBS and Bloomberg was suspended Charlie Rose's show on, and especially the fact he was fired from CBS in 2017, late 2017, from the Me Too moment, especially Matt Lauer was suspended from Today's Show in November 2017. It was the same act. But Kevin Spacey doing this crap, really? What happened? Okay, I have to look him up right now. And seriously, I have to look him up, because whatever he said what about this whole thing was ridiculous. I'm sorry, folks, but he's also in a con at one stage when I saw back in 2024. Is a fight between him and Dave Foley in the Bug's Life, but and it was one of those reunion fights at the time, but he said in 2017, saying that he came out as gay as a statement denying, I'm not gonna say the S word, that too. I'm not gonna say it per se, but okay. He was good. He was a good actor. Wait. He was Hopper, and I was right about Hopper, but But he's Jim Williams in one of the tables in my area in Savannah, Georgia. Because I live in Savannah all my life. In the movie called Midnight in the Garden of Good and Evil. And fun fact too, my dad made a cameo appearance in the movie, made a cameo in the movie as a police officer. If you watch this, Dad, I'm sorry. Tell me this in the comment section. I don't know what it was. I'll send you a private message and a DM message, whatever it was. But because he was in there, and he's also Dad as Mario and other things. But see no evil, hear no evil as Kurgle. But anyway, this movie, I love that movie. K-Pax, its plot, Robert Berger. I mean, he was great and all, but he was in good movies, and especially Freckles. It's so funny. I mean, why? Why'd you hate on him? Continue on.
In his life, at least he's trying to make a comeback. And speaking of which, I actually got to meet Brandon Routh, or rather, Hux got to meet Brandon Routh at a...
Wait, hold up. Closed captioning. Brandon Routh? Oh, I see. Oh, okay. Let me just check on Brandon Routh, okay. Speaking of which. No, I'm checking Superman Returns and see, because this is not how you spell his name. I mean, closed captioning was misspelling names wrong, but you know. Brandon Rolf, yeah, that would make more sense, okay. And he pronounced it wrong. But anyway, it was a good name, but he's also in the movies Kara in 2006, Look Up in the Sky, Amazing Story of Superman himself, the documentary. And Sam Ellis in a movie called Fate, sometime production coming up this year. And so on. So yeah, he was in good movies, you know, it's TV shows, things like that. But anyway, let's continue on.
Mentioned not too long ago.
Not only that, but I also got him to sign the gamer's copy of Superman Returns for the PS2.
Huh. Okay.
Nice!
Wait. I know, to look as much love. Oh, that's what I'm looking for? Continue on.
Thanks, Hux!
No problem, dude.
Good.
Anyway, I asked Brandon Routh about what it was like to reprise his role as Superman for the tie-in game, and here's what I found out.
Ralph told me that while the in-game cutscene dialogue was taken straight from the movie, he also recorded new dialogue for gameplay. Though I'm pretty sure he also went in to record dialogue for when Superman was in the War World. Not only that, but I also believe that the in-game cutscene dialogue was either re-recorded or modified from the movie script by the original movie actors. But hey, at least it sounds similar to the movie. Anyway, Superman finds Metallo, who somehow made his way to Metropolis after hearing the news about Superman's return. So now it's up to Superman to defeat Metallo as well as his minions. While he can destroy the minions very easily, Metallo is a completely different matter. Though Metallo can teleport at random intervals, he can still attack Metallo with their physical attacks and combos. After depleting Metallo's health, he then escapes like the robotic coward he really is. Once you finish an event, you can then bring any injured citizen to a nearby ambulance for a city health boost. But it turns out, defeating Metallo doesn't automatically give you the required amount of experience points needed to, I don't know, level up, I guess.
You're telling me. Let me turn up the volume a little bit.
So in order to fill up your XP meter, you have to fly around Metropolis and defeat every bad guy in a given area. Oh, and by the way, this is what you'll be doing for the majority of the game. Fly around Metropolis and save the city, whether by extinguishing building fires or by defeating enemies like robots and droids. After saving the world enough times, Superman then flies back to the Daily Planet that then triggers a cutscene. Lex Luthor now knows about Superman's return as he plans another despicable crime.
Then again,
As I've always said, to pull off the greatest crime of the century, one would want the greatest challenge of the century. Well, Superman, you're going to wish you never returned.
Oh, stop it. Continue on.
Once again, Superman fights Metallo while summoning more robot minions to destroy Metropolis. Fight Metallo the same way as before, and depleting its health causes Metallo to once again cower away. Wow, what a wuss. Anyway,
that was the first? That was the first?
More bad guys save the city and fly back to the day planned for another cutscene. You know, had it not been for the required rings, this is what Superman 64 should have been. At the now former Vanderworth estate, both Lex and Kitty find out that planet Krypton was based on manipulating the growth of crystals and plans to create a new world with said crystals. Luthor experiments this by placing one of the crystals in some water from a model train set. Not only does the crystal grow in size, but it also has enough power to generate an electromagnetic pulse, resulting in a major city blackout. Meanwhile, Superman fights more robots and eventually fights Metallo again. Same method as before.
Give up now, Metallo!
There's something I've got to get off my chest.
Wow. That rim shot. Wow. Give out my chest and then the rim shot. Wow. Wow. That never gets old, folks.
Metallo then transforms into a giant metallic monstrosity. But at least his transformation is quicker than Metal Sonic from Sonic Heroes. Because Superman can't fight Metallo with his
fist... One more thing. Just add some Seinfeld music over there. With a wild laughter. Like that. Let's continue on. Anyway.
Metallo then transforms into a giant metallic monstrosity. But at least his transformation is quicker than Metal Sonic from Sonic Heroes. Because Superman can't fight Metallo with his fist, there's only one way to inflict damage on a giant Metallo. Like Giant Overcast in Warworld, you have to pick up a heavy object, lock onto Metallo, and hope that object hits Metallo after throwing at it. Easy, right? Well, try doing that while also getting rid of flying alien robots and a Metallo laser attack to avoid. And that's not all. After fully draining Metallo's health, Metallo then launches a giant missile in order to destroy Metropolis, which leaves Superman to go after the missile and intercept it by hurling it out to the sky. And by the way, this boss fight up until this point took me over an hour to get to. Why? Because that stupid laser attack is annoying as all get out.
Yeah, like, how the hell you can manage that? Like, exactly my point. Yeah, excuse my language in this episode of LJPCBM. Let's continue on.
Seriously, even if I try to throw something at Metallo, that laser attack will destroy anything that I hold on to. After a series of button mashing, Superman then charges toward Metallo to rip out his power source.
Yeah, duh! But Superman... Oh, okay. Yeah, exactly! Thank you!
For defeating Metallo once and for all. By the way, it's here where I fly toward a wandering cat by the Superman statue, only to trigger another cutscene in which he encounters Mr.
He's like Axel... Oh, go back. Hang on.
Wandering cat by the Superman statue, only to trigger another cutscene in which...
He's like Axl Rose in style, but a little different. But yeah, without the beard, you know, white beard, but it's a little different than that, you know, and the guitar, a little different. But yeah, he's like mixed between Axl, Vince Neil, and Slash. You know, let's continue on.
She encounters Mr. Misfitlick, an imp from the 5th dimension that likes to annoy Superman. He tells Superman that in order to get back these so-called treasures, Superman has to complete a few challenges scattered around Metropolis. Ah yes, a great way to pad out more game time. But anyway, finding a lost kitten will not only reveal a hint from the game, but it will also give the city of Metropolis a small health bonus.
Yeah, exactly. I know what you're feeling.
Lois Lane soon finds out about the blackout via phone call. Thankfully, most of Metropolis' power has been recovered, except for the Cadmus labs, allowing failed cloning and genetic experiments to escape during the outage. They include dragons, Skullfires, Naris gargoyles, and even Bizarro. Though not in the movie, he has appeared in the comics.
Yeah, DC Comics, like that, yeah. Which I've been doing in comic book reviews every time on my main channel. People look out for it. Let's continue on.
So basically, Bizarro wants to, quote, help the city by destroying everything in sight, which is a bad thing. Even though Bizarro mostly uses the Earthquake combo, you can still counter with your own by the
going back.
Even though Bizarro mostly uses the Earthquake combo, you can still counter with your own by the surprise exchange. Damage Bizarro enough times and he'll fly away like the coward he is. But of course, Superman has to fight new enemies, all of which were escapees from Cadmus. First, there's the Nars gargoyles. You can defeat them with heat vision, but they'll then turn to stone. You know?
Yeah, sorry, I wasn't paying attention. Anyway, but this guy here, this monster, kind of reminds me of Godzilla in style. Let's continue on.
Or to destroy the stone, just use your physical attacks and combos. Out of all the enemies in this game, the Skullfire dragons are probably the most annoying. Some of the little
like annoying as hell.
Game, the Skullfire dragons are probably the most annoying. Some of them blow ice at you that can deplete your energy meter, but you can defeat them via heat vision. The other group of Skullfires blow fire. You know, like a dragon. But
another dragon universe. Like, for example, folks, I'm gonna say, I can remember these dragons. To think about it. Let's say, Dragon Boost. I know it's not Dragon Boost. I'm gonna pick another example of dragons in film. So, dragon. I'm not gonna go into this again. Dragon film. I know, and we're not going to Dragon Tales. Okay. This is gonna be on stupid. Oh yeah, How to Train Your Dragon is an example. So yeah, we're going to How to Train Your Dragon from what year? No, we're looking for films, not in the books, okay? The 2010 animation film. So we're talking the DreamWorks film, not the books itself, wrapped by Krista Cowell, okay? And see who produced it by? By Arnold, who also did Toy Story movies. Toy Story movie from 1995. Tarzan, Over the Hedge, and The Last Stations. So, yeah, that makes more sense anyway. So, if you go to Toy Story back in 1995, not only she produced the movie itself, but who also produces the movie? Ralph Gallingham. Now, he was best known as producer of Toy Story 1 and left the company after Toy Story 2. Since his time in Pixar, Gallingham worked in executive electric art. So I talked about this he talked about earlier in LJPCBM. After his time in EA, Gallingham just started Alligator Planet LLC with 3 other partners. He's currently CEO of Alligator Planet. So, yeah, I'm not talking about him right now. I'm talking about another producer named Barney Arnold, okay? So what he is, folks, she is, folks, she also did Dance in the Wolves, Addams Family, and All in the Dark and That Christmas as executive producer. So, she also, there's also the big thing, okay? How to Train Your Dragon is best known for a composer named John Barlow. So he was best known for these movies, the following movies, okay? And I'm not talking about that right now. I'm talking about other movies, okay? Like How to Train Your Dragon 1, okay? So, J. Berthel's Hiccup. So he was best known for the son of Scarlet, played by Gerard Butler, okay? So, and the visual effects of Toothless is Ray Farm, okay? So How to Train Your Dragon, may I ask? Well, it was an animated film in 2010. So, about 15 years later, it came out to be a live-action film. So, yeah. Anyway, let's continue on. We'll get off topic here.
The easiest to defeat because you can simply freeze and ram into them. As you defeat Bizarro again, as well as more creatures to destroy, you have to take part in air combat as you try to protect ongoing blimps from more dragons.
Like PBS blimps in the late 1990s. Well, early 90s to mid-late 90s, because I grew up with the PBS era. Continue on.
While the red dragons try to destroy the blimps, the blue dragons want to make sure your energy meter quickly depletes. If at any point a blimp does catch fire, then best use your super...
Oh yeah, hold on.
...meter quickly depletes. If at any point a blimp does catch fire...
Fire! Ah!
Then best use your super breath to extinguish the flames. But if not, then the blimp will explode, therefore diminishing the city's health bar.
Explode! Sorry, I'm sorry, I'm being goofy around here. Let's continue on.
Does this mean I'll automatically fail the level? Well, no. Even if you have one blimp still intact, you can still win. It actually took me an hour to get this mission done. And it's all thanks to...
An hour? Continue on. Yeah. Excuse me. That's hard to think about.
Those dragons. Like I said, they are the most annoying enemies in the game. It's
Yeah,
actually
annoyance. Oh, shut up. Continue on.
here where I first ran into one of Mr. Misfitlick's challenges, in which you had to speed through a rail path course while passing through these gates, and reach the end before Misfitlick does. Self-explanatory to say the least. After once again saving the city from building fires and enemies, which include Titan robots, Bizarro challenges Superman for the final time in a mirror match. After you damage Bizarro enough times above a bridge, you need to chase Bizarro down and damage him some more via heat vision and super ramming speed, while Bizarro tries to laser down a building.
Thank you.
Manage to deplete about a third of Bizarro's health, you have to button mash to ensure that your heat vision makes Bizarro plummet to the ground. But that's not all. You now have to fight Bizarro on the ground again, which means you can damage him the same way as before. Easy, right? Well, try doing that while dragons are constantly bombarding you. Now,
Wow. How did you get out of the way? Move!
not only that, but your distraction with the dragons will give Bizarro more time to destroy more of the city. Remember what I said about the dragons being the most annoying enemy in the game? This is why. After inflicting more damage to Bizarro, then Bizarro will once again teleport to another tall building to laser down. Damage Bizarro the same way the last time, and will then trigger another button matching quick time event.
It's like fire! Continue on.
And once again, you fight Bizarro on the ground, thankfully with no dragons. But the
Yeah,
last...
thank God. Continue on.
Once again, you fight Bizarro on the ground, thankfully with no dragons. But the last phase? Oh boy. Let's talk about the last phase. You have to follow Bizarro to the golden Superman statue, which Bizarro tries to laser
What'd
down.
you say?
Phase. You have to follow Bizarro to the golden Superman statue, which Bizarro tries to laser down.
Like, I don't know. I'll pay attention.
Surely this must be... Oh, now the dragons show up!
Oh God! Stop with the stupid dragons. Okay, move on. Next.
Just to give Bizarro some distraction time to deplete that city health bar? Oh, and by the way, this boss fight has no checkpoints.
No game overs. Wow.
Meaning, if you get a game over, even on the last phase of the boss fight, then you have to start the entire boss fight all over again.
Oh, okay. That I understand. I misunderstood what you're saying.
So, get this. After almost 2 hours and numerous attempts at defeating Bizarro for good,
I give up playing the game legitimately. And yes,
Wait. What do you say? What do you say?
attempts at defeating Bizarro for good,
Close caption time.
I give up playing the game legitimately.
Oh, I see.
And yes, it is possible to beat this very boss fight legitimately, but there was no possible way I could do that, even if my life depended on it. So because of this, I've done what every gamer does when you don't have the time to figure things out for yourself.
It's like we're figuring out Blue's Clues. None of that. None. Just none. You can't have a game. It's just too much. You can't win it all. You can't just... None of that. It's just after 90 episodes and you get game over and you get no wins whatsoever. You have over 90 episodes of that and you just still have a game over? You just defeated your game? What happened? Continue on.
Cheating! Exactly.
with the cheat codes I found online, I had to give Metropolis infinite health and infinite stamina to Superman. Oh, look at that. There's actually an achievement for cheating.
Yeah. Cheer!
You know, an achievement.
Yeah. You know, for kids. Continue on.
Anyway, after depleting Bizarro's health yet again, it once again triggers a final round of button mashing via laser stare down, and Superman finally defeats Bizarro once and for all. Oh, and being the boss fight unlocks Superman's pod suit from the Warworld level. Oh, and before I move on, did you know that you can also play as Bizarro in this game? Not only as a mini challenge in which you have to destroy as much of the city as possible, but you can also free roam around the city as Bizarro by entering the right cheat code.
It's like a dragon when he does it. Anyway.
and flying by the G&M building, you could then play as Rosario. Pretty cool, huh? Anyway, having already tracked down the source of the power outage via impulse, Laura sneaks into Luther's yacht, where she then runs into Lex Luthor himself and takes her hostage. By the way, Lois, where's your son? Wasn't he in the boat with you in the movie? I guess the kid wasn't really important to the game's plot, so...
Yeah. The son never been on the game. I never see why he was not in the cast, you know? I'm gonna see why. Let's just see Superman Returns like one more time and see the son cast, son of Luthor. Oh, Tristan Law. Oh no. Oh, it's him. Tristan Lake Rabu is him. Okay. So that makes a whole lot of sense. You know he did, this movie it's probably his introduction to the film industry. But he also did the following. While the children sleep in 2000 as a TV movie, Chester as Jacob leads him on stage as Wade, and season 3, 11th episode of Hawaii Five-0 as even a one in 2012. And in 2013, he did All American Christmas Carol as Harley, and The Christmas Spirit as Christmas as a TV movie. And then in 2016 to 2020, he did Young and the Restless as Reed Hailstorm, the series regular. And in 2020, during the pandemic, he did the Bleed Bit Less as Les. I'm like, what? Okay. He was born in 1999 of August. I mean, he was a role of the son. Seriously. I mean, he won the 2007 Young Artist Award for Best Performance in a Feature Film, supporting young actor, and he wasn't a member of the band named Balto. Not the Balto from the Wolf Club from 1925. We're talking about this band. Now he was in that band as an indie rock and roll, America, prosthetic rock, indie folk, power pop and country rock. This came out in 2010. Okay, he did as a loose collective musician in New York City, performed the songs of singer-songwriter Daniel Stern, recently returned to a failed attempt to begin a journalism career in Russia. Now, Stern gathered a number of friends and past musical projects and set up a recorded a group of songs written abroad over the previous year. This project resulted in the recording Boston's debut album, Tours Red, in 2011. With Stern's self-release in early 2011, something like that. Now, I'm not going to go over Balto's rest of the biography history and things like that, but he was also winning the Academy and nominated for the award for Young and Lesser, but he somehow won an awards nomination. But that was him, and that's what he looks like now. Anyway, let's continue on.
They just axed him off the game. But like I said before, most of the dialogue from the in-game cutscene were re-recorded from the movie script by the same actors from the movie.
What do you know about crystals?
They make great chandeliers.
This crystal may seem unremarkable, but so is the seed of a redwood tree. Lex Luthor, what do you know about crystals?
They make great chandeliers.
Well, this crystal may seem unremarkable to you, but then so is the seed of a redwood tree.
Luthor then tells Lois about his evil master plan, which, you know what? Let's play a scene from both the game and the movie at random intervals.
Okay. Makes sense.
You're building an island?
Oh, it's not just an island. It's an entirely new continent. For lack of a better name, it's...
Wait. America? Okay, let's continue on.
Krypton.
Why?
Wow.
Land.
Wow.
Land.
But the United States...
Will be under water.
Oh, shut up on the work, T1.
It's simple physics, Miss Lane.
And you think that the rest of the world...
They'll what? I'll have Kryptonian technology. Thousands of years beyond what anyone else can throw at me. Bring it on!
And this leads to the movie's memorable moment. Here's the version from the movie.
Come on, what can you say just once? Come on.
You're insane.
No!
Wow.
The other thing. Come on, I know it's just dangling out the tip of your tongue. Let me hear it just once.
Wow.
Superman will never...
Wrong!
And here's the endgame version of said scene.
Come on, say it.
Luther, you're insane.
No, not that. Superman will never let... Wrong!
I honestly don't know which version I should use whenever I do that joke again.
Maybe I should keep...
You know, at the time, I made a meme back in my Babe Born Jokes episode. In 2024, I came up with the idea of doing this whole wrong movie scene, and where the narrator said, and Babe thinking, in those days, pigs wound they would get your I can't remember the word. They consume the large in fat, and then I came up with the meme saying, "Hey, it's Ben Albert," and he's like, "Wrong," and then they were like, "So we go to Pay Paradise," and I play Bob Marley's very own song called "Three Little Birds," and then where pigs don't have to go on the beach for some reason. And it started to make me laugh in that joke, and then I was like, and he was like in slow mo, like, wrong. Love that line, but you know, in slow mo. But that makes more sense anyway. But then, in all honesty, another idea I came up with in the middle of the movie in the jokes episode, Born Jokes episode, when they said, "Please welcome this amazing boy. Hi there, George." And then I came up with meanwhile scene, and it said, and then there's a YouTube video I saw on YouTube at the time. I can't remember the name, but there's a little boy, who's some kid who's saying, "Go on, ready." I sang opera for some reason, but it's, you look it up in Boy Jokes and 46 on YouTube. No, not YouTube, but Rumble. But he's like, and there's some woman that say, wrong. Love that line, but it's even more slow-mo, but it just makes more sense. Let's just continue on.
In the movie...
Wrong!
Alright, game version it is. As Luther showed...
Yeah, really? Game version? You gotta be kidding. Love the movie references, but this? Really? Game version? That ain't make any sense. Continue on.
Is that he has kryptonite. Superman gets word that more cell escapees via power outages include another villain named Riot, or as he's known in real life, Frederick von Frankenstein.
Yeah, it's a Victor Frankenstein and then the monster, you know, like... Anyway, let's continue on.
That's Frankenstein.
Here's the catch whenever
Wait, Frankenstein?
Fight him. Anytime you try to physically attack Riot, he'll clone himself twice. But after some research, I finally figured out how to defeat Riot. He has to neutralize Riot or one of his clones by freezing him and laser the frozen clone until it's done for. It may be annoying at first, but once you get the hang of it, the encounters will feel more like a walk in the park. After once again saving the city for goodness knows how long, we hear word that Warworld has now come to Metropolis. So that means a rematch between Mongol and his horde, including Overcast. If you remember how to defeat them at the Warworld arena, then you'll know how to beat them here on Earth. And yeah, you know what to do from here.
Hold on.
Then you'll know how to beat them here on Earth. And yeah, you know what to do from here.
Sit down in the fake chair and fake. Okay, let's continue what we say.
Rinse, wash, repeat until you finally defeat Mongol, thankfully for the final time.
Yeah, thank God. Continue on.
Though I had a few enemies left after defeating Mongol, it still acts as if I already finished the objective. I'm so glad this game now decides to be generous to me. Meanwhile, at the yacht...
Are we there yet?
Close, kitty.
Wait, Kitty? I thought his name was Cat. I was like, meow. Continue on.
Close.
Mr. Luther, we're approaching the coordinates. Latitude 40 degrees north and longitude 73 degrees west.
Lois then transfers the coordinates via fax to the day planet on Earth.
Where did you get this?
From the fax machine.
And
Universal Pictures, anyway.
yes, that coordinates via fax to the day...
That's the Universal Pictures, so I'll go ahead and refer to. Hang on. That's the Universal Pictures I'm referring to. Let's continue on.
Planet on Earth.
Where did you get this?
From the fax machine.
And yes, that's Sam Huntington reprising his role of Jimmy Olsen from the movie. As Clark discovers the coordinates, just
Close captioning one more time. Hang on. And yes, that's who?
Sam Huntington reprising his role of Jimmy Olsen from the movie.
Hang on.
From the fax machine.
And yes, that's Sam Huntington reprising his role of Jimmy Olsen from the movie.
I can't understand what he was saying. Sorry.
As Clark discovers the coordinates, just off the coast by the way, he then, I presume, transforms into Superman and goes after Lex Luthor. Meanwhile, Lex launches a crystal into the river, resulting in multiple tornadoes, which Superman has to stop before they destroy the city Metropolis.
It's a twister! It's a twister!
With the boss! That's what I'm going to refer to! 1939 movie! Yes! Third time's a charm! Continue on. That's... Okay, let's continue on.
You can make the tornadoes disappear with your ice breath.
Hello! The whole Smash pieces. Yeah. Like Angry Video Game Nerd used to say earlier, he put it into the part of the sun. You know, and when I react to the Superman 64 review on a Fairly OddGamer beforehand, if you go back to my reaction video of that years ago, go check it out on YouTube. And it was so not worth as a game, but I never want to play this anyway. But I'll keep it to my library. If I smash it, then it's go bye-bye. Continue on.
As well as extinguishing any burning buildings. Once the tornadoes are done, the game is finally...
WRONG!
A giant twister appears, but you have to...
Oh, God! Twister.
the citizens in danger, as well as extinguishing more burning buildings. Wow. After that, Superman flies in the tornado, and get this, there's a tornado inside the tornado. How and why is that even possible? Anyway, you have to alternate your fire breath and ice breath, depending on what color the inner tornado is, in order to neutralize said tornado.
Yeah, said tornado. Ice, fire, wind, and Earth. I don't know what it was in which in the time in Guardians Unite. Let's continue on.
If it's red, then use your ice breath. If it's blue, use your fire breath. And try doing this while also avoiding any debris coming towards you by the side. Eventually, Superman averts the natural disaster and even unlocked the Golden Age Superman outfit. After Superman saves Lois from the sinking yacht, he finds Luthor and Kitty on the growing island as we get another scene from the movie replicated in game.
Yeah, it makes sense.
The punch as well.
Oh! Ooh! Come on, man! Punching the whole thing with Superman. Oh, God, stop. Let's continue.
Growing island as we get another scene from the movie replicated in game. Luthor punch! As well as another hilarious Luthor moment.
You're asking yourself how?
I'll show you how. Here's the original movie for context.
Kryptonite.
Wow.
And here's the in-game version of said moment.
Kryptonite. Amazing, isn't it?
Wait, Emmos from Emerald City Wizard of Oz different? Yeah, 4 times the charm. Really?
Again, I can't tell which version is better. They're both amazing takes.
Oh. Both different, okay.
So Luthor continuously kicks Superman, who's now weak due to kryptonite, until Superman
Lex Luthor's a murderer! I knew it!
falls into the river. But thankfully he's saved by Lois and, I guess, her fiancé to the river. But thankfully he's saved by Lois and, I guess, her fiancé, who we don't see until now, by Coast Guard boat plane. After Superman gets bathed by sun rays, he flies underneath the Luthor island of kryptonite, causing Luthor and Kitty to escape via helicopter as he launches the island into space, exerting all his energy in the process. The game ends with Lois writing an article about Superman as we get a montage of what happened throughout the game.
I asked the question.
Wow.
Does the world still need Superman? The answer is yes.
Yep, at least.
Wait, that's it? The final level was Superman fighting off the tornadoes? It would have been nice to have the final boss between him and Lex Luthor on the Kryptonian island. That would have been awesome. Though, to be fair, Superman didn't really fight Lex Luthor in the movie anyway, so yeah. We do get an epilogue chapter in which you have to reach 5 million XP.
Awesome power references, ladies and gentlemen. Because you want next.
Or you can just stop the game right there and be done with it.
So, what do I think of the Superman Returns tie-in game? It's alright.
At first, I actually had fun with this game, like getting to punch enemies, blasting through super speed, and even getting to use your powers however you want to. However, once I managed to progress further in the game, it started to get repetitive at times. Graphically, it looks okay for an Xbox 360 game. Some of the character models from the in-game cutscenes seem a bit uncanny, mainly with Luthor and Superman himself. I do like how grand the city of Metropolis is, and heck, even some of the villains that weren't in the movie looked like they were taken straight from the comics. As for the overall gameplay, I wouldn't say they're terrible by all means, but sometimes the button registration can get delayed, and other times the controls don't work the way I want them to. And even if I'm trying to target onto or find a certain enemy, trying to manually move the camera can be a hassle at times.
Yeah, happy you know, clap your hands. See one.
And yeah, having a tornado as the game's so-called final boss doesn't really work for me.
Yeah, I agree. It would
have been nice to have the game use some of the movie's original score. However, I'm glad I got to hear some of the actors reprise the roles from the movie, even if the dialogue was re-recorded. Overall, Superman Returns is an okay game. While the game does look good, it's the gameplay that, for the most part, wasn't executed very well. Ironically, this is considered by many as the best Superman game of all time. So, it's a shame that the Man of Steel was dealt the sword straw, filled with kryptonite. So for me, it's best to proceed this game with caution.
But now with Superman out of the way, I gotta get ready for the next review. And after all, I do owe somebody a favor. Anyway, I'm the Fairly Odd Gamer, and I wish you all good luck for the rest of your day or night, wherever you are. Take care, everyone.
Yeah, wow. Next review coming up.
Hey everyone, Sonic here. Want to help out the Fairly Odd Gamer in future endeavors? It's simple, really. Just be like the Flash, or rather me, by supporting the channel either on Patreon or by being a YouTube member like Luke Jeffers, Scarlet the Hedgehog, Johnny Gallagher, and Big Money 2112.
So that was the most, oh my god, movie I've ever seen. Fairly Odd Gamer episode 91, Superman Returns. Hold on, close the credits, hang on. What do I think about this game? Oh my god, I just thought it was amazing. The fact that I have seen not only this game that is great at all, but I thought it was an amazing thought of, except for some amazing things I have seen thus far. With the exception of one or two flaws. One of which has to do with the gameplay of wrong. You know, like, how do you like it better than the movie version of wrong? Why? And two, if you add two, it's Kevin Spacey. How is that possible? Cause you don't like Kevin Spacey? I mean, seriously, he's a great actor, you know, in my opinion. I mean, why hang on him, you know? So that's just my suggestion for that. Anyway, that was LJPCBM 1753. the return of LJPCBM. I hope you enjoyed this episode. Stay tuned for the next one. Will be LJPCBM 1754, which will be about Donald podcast, episode number 6. The return of the Donald podcast reaction videos. I was going to have it done. How many years ago is that? Let me see. How many years ago is this? I uploaded this many years ago. Wow, which year is this? I cannot tell anyone. So, no, it's not uploaded anymore. So, on YouTube at the time. So anyway, that was uploaded. Let's see. Look at search. Hang on. No, I'm not doing that crap again. Okay. Okay, I'm looking at another YouTube channel, not this censor guy. I'm not doing that anymore. So, anyway, so I was gonna do that years ago, so I thought, nah, let's just do it anyway. But I did react to the first 5 episodes, so I don't know what happened to it. So if I deleted these episodes now, that would be heartbreaking, you know. But if I do that, if I don't do those this one next, then the next episode will be something very different, okay? Like, Prize Every Day October, days number 6 through 16, through 17, the redo ones, and through 17 through 31. I will gonna postpone Donald's podcast episodes until another date, because if I would do that, that'd be great, because that's something I really want to do. So, now my excuse me, I'm gonna end the episode of LJPCBM, and I get ready for bed, because after this is over, I will only do 2 episodes of Pepper Rand jokes and weekend celebration for you guys to enjoy. Till next time, suggest my baby, we got LJPCBM, we guys for still say out. See ya.
Given unto me this life I'll never take for granted, and given all the time I failed to really understand it, I never sought to meet the maker of reality, the one who gave the life that which is always happening, but I tried all the time. Why was I the one to see things as I do under the moonlight and the sun? Perception is the question, and the giver holds the key.